Hello. In this video, I'm going to show you how to access the ShoreZone mapping data using the attribute and the unit description table panels. ShoreZone mappers use video and photos to map geological and biological information. Lots of attributes can be mapped, including the geomorphology, sediment texture, wave exposure, or biological information. They can all be found in the attribute table. From a helicopter, you can imagine it's hard to see small barnacles or mussels. From the air, species with the same color and texture look like an alongshore stripe or band. Therefore, we call this a bioband. Biobands are band-forming assemblages of species, and the most dominant species will often give its name to the bioband. For example, bar for barnacles. That's the biological information we find in the attribute table. Let's look at mapped attributes near Sitka, southeast Alaska. You can expand the attribute table to have a look at all the attributes available. You can also click on the green arrows to show the legend for each attribute. Under Biological Attributes, I will click on eelgrass to find out where it's present. We can see it was continuously present in this location here. Now I will turn off that layer and check the Alaria box. Alaria is present everywhere in this area. If you wonder what Alaria is, you can always access the data dictionary at the top right of the screen. Alaria is in the list of biobands. It's a dark brown or red-brown algae. The bioband name is Alaria because it's the dominant species. We can see the physical description, some photo examples, the typical exposure it can be found at, and associated species often found with it. You can also access the information by clicking the hyperlink on the species name itself when available. It will bring you directly to the species description. We will now look at the Environmental Sensitivity Index, or ESI, under the response attributes. Many colors just appeared on the shoreline. To have a closer look at them, we will use the shore unit markers. It's a different way to look at attributes. Activate the pink rectangle checkbox. You will see various sizes of pink rectangles appear along the coastline in the mapping panel. This originates from the mapping. Mappers described similar sections of the coast using shoreline units. If you hover your mouse over the pink rectangles, you'll see all the mapped information for that specific area highlighted in the unit description table at the bottom right. You will also find the same information in the new box that appeared. You can also pin this pop-up window to the desktop using the pin icon in the lower left of the panel. Among those attributes for that shore unit, you will find the Environmental Sensitivity Index that we just enabled in the Attributes panel. You can also look at attributes of other shore units nearby by moving your cursor. You can always turn on and off layers in the Attribute panel. For example, you can turn off the video flight line and still photos to just look at attribute layers in the mapping panel. The map is less busy that way. I'd like to point out two important data sets that were added to the Flex site: the Fish Atlas and the Shore Stations. The Fish Atlas database contains fish and habitat data collected in the near-shore marine waters of Alaska. The Shore Stations database contains biological and geological details on the ground collected during ShoreZone surveys. You can explore these datasets in their own tabs or overlay them on top of the ShoreZone dataset. You can also create your own simple queries online, but we'll cover that in our next tutorial. We'll create a query using an example for oil spill response. If you have any questions about the ShoreZone Flex site, you'll find NOAA's contacts on the main ShoreZone webpage. Steve Lewis is the main contact for the ShoreZone Flex site updates and maintenance. You can also access the ShoreZone data portal on the shorezone.org website by clicking Fly the Coastline and selecting Alaska ShoreZone Flex Site. Thanks for watching.